Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about rates and unit rates. Your objective for this video is, as a student, you should be able to use proportions to solve unit rates. So today we're going to have to figure out what rates and unit rates are before we can get started. You will need this graphic organizer. It is graphic organizer number 2. It is side 1. It is the only side on this graphic organizer. Okay, we're going to move on. Okay, rates. The first part of your graphic organizer wants a definition of rates. So what is a rate? Well, a rate is a ratio that compares quantities that are measured in different units. For example, okay, this spaceship travels at a certain speed. Speed is an example of a rate. Speed can be measured in many different ways. Okay, this spaceship can travel 100 miles in 5 seconds. 100 miles in 5 seconds is the rate. Remember, we talked about it being a comparison of quantities that are measured in different units. One unit is miles, the other one is seconds. So 100 miles in 5 seconds. Okay? Now, rates are often written as a fraction, just like we did when we write any rates or ratios or proportions. We always have them in a fraction form. Okay? So we would write that as 100 miles over 5 seconds. All right? And we have some words that normally mean rates. So the word per often means that we're going to be doing a rate. Okay, so miles per gallon, points per free throw, dollars per pizza, or sticks of gum per pack. Okay, those are the types of things that you'll see that would be indicative of a rate. Now, that's important because we're going to talk about unit rates. Now, a unit rate is a little bit different. Most of the time when we work with rates, we use a unit rate. And a unit rate compares a quantity to one unit of another quantity. So we're solving for one. A unit rate solves for one. That's the definition you need for a unit rate. Okay, and our little buddy alien there. Okay, so for example, this alien can walk at a rate of 10 miles in 2 hours. His speed is a unit rate of 5 miles per 1 hour, or simply 5 miles per hour. So what we did is we took that 10 miles in 2 hours and we changed it into a unit rate. We solved to figure out how much he could go in 1 hour. Okay. So 10 miles an hour equals 5 miles per 1 hour. Now, here we go. Unit rates. Here are a little bit more information. These are all examples of unit rates. 2 eyes per alien, 1 foot per leg. Okay, so 2 eyes per alien, so 2 eyes per 1 alien, and 1 foot per 1 leg. Okay, we have some others. 3 windows per spaceship, 3 riders per spaceship, and 2 people riders per dog rider. Okay, so if you see the second part, we always have 1 as our denominator. Okay. 6 tentacles per head, and 1 tail per body. Okay, both of those have an ending of 1. Now, right, unit rates solve for 1. An example of this that you'll see quite often is there's 12 cans of Pepsi, and they cost $3.72. If we wanted to find the cost of 1 can, we would be finding the unit rate. Now, that being said, let's move on. We have 4 examples. So, first example. It says Maria walks 12 miles in 3 hours. How many miles does she walk per hour? So here we go. We got to remember that this part is a ratio, 12 miles, and we really need to make sure that we put our labels down. This is really important. If you don't have labels, no points. Okay? And it says how many miles, so we don't know how many miles, so we're going to put an X. Does she walk per hour? So that's 1 hour, because remember, per means 1. Now, remember very quickly that hours and hours are in a line, and miles are in a line. They have to be that way. If you get them mixed up, you cannot do this process. All right, so how do we solve for x miles? Well, we cross multiply and divide. So we're going to multiply 12 and 1. 12 times 1 is 12. And then we're going to divide by the third number, which happens to be 3. So 12 divided by 3, and that gives us 4 miles. Okay, so 4 miles. And I should put that over here. So 4 miles. All right, there we go. And that's our answer. Now, we have to be a little bit careful because our answer is 4 miles, but we also need a label. So it says, how many miles does she walk per hour? Well, it's 4 miles per hour. Okay, or you might also see it written as 4 mph, miles per hour. Okay, and that's actually what our answer is. Let's move on to the next one. It says Kenji earns $32 in 4 hours. How much does he earn per hour? So once again, we're solving for 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and make our ratio. That's $32. Our label is money. And that is 4 hours. Our label is hours. And we're going to make our proportion. We want to know for 1 hour. So 1 hour. And we don't know how much money. So we're going to put X dollars. We're going to go ahead and cross multiply and divide. So 32 times 1 is 32. Divided by 4. And that gives us 8. And our answer should have a label. It is $8. We need $8 per hour. And that's our label. So $8 per hour. Example number 3. We're almost done here. Okay. A pump moves 42 gallons. Once again, 42 gallons in 7 minutes. Okay. We're going to write down our labels. It wants to know the unit rate. Well, 42 gallons in 7 minutes. It says find the unit rate. That means we're solving for 1. Well, we're actually going to be solving for 1 minute. Okay, you're just expected to know that from this question. But generally it's the second thing. Not all the time, but generally it's the second thing. Okay, so we're going to solve for 1 minute. So, and we want to know how many gallons. So we set that up. We're going to cross multiply. 42 times 1 is 42. Divided by 7, which gives us 6 gallons per minute. So that pump works at 6 gallons per minute. All right, last one. Number 4. Okay, the skydiver falls 144 feet in 3 seconds. Wow, okay, 144 feet. That is our rate, or our ratio, in 3 seconds. All right, so we set that up. Make sure we label it. It says, how far does the skydiver fall per second? Per means 1, so 1 second. And X number of feet, because we don't know. How would we solve that? Well, we can do the cross multiply and divide method, which is 144 times 1, which is 144. Okay, and I'm going to write that up here in the white, 144, and we're going to divide that by 3, and this time I might actually have to do that. So 4, and that would be 48 is our answer. Okay, so 48 feet per second. Okay, and sometimes you'll see a little fraction bar there. That means feet per second, same thing. Okay, so 48 feet per second. There we go. That's our label. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to pause the video and do these two right now. Go ahead. Pause the video. Do it now. Yeah, I'll go over them in just a second. Pause it. All right, and I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 questions for you. It says it costs $12 for 4 burritos. That means $12 is my label at the top. 4 burritos at the bottom. How much is that per burrito? That means 1 burrito. And what's the cost? It means X dollars. And 12 times 1 is 12. Divided by 4, that equals $3 per burrito. Okay, and if Mr. Williams can spell burrito, there you go, with an I. Yep, there you go. All right, second one. A gym membership costs $66, so $66. And that goes for 30 days. Whew. And it wants to know how much does this membership cost per day. That means 1 day. And we don't know how many dollars, so we're going to put an X. I'm sorry, it's going over my stuff. 66 times 1. Ooh, 66 times 1 is 66. And we're going to divide that by 30. And this is going to come out to a fraction. Or actually, in this case, a decimal because it's money. So we're going to say 2 minus 60. And that would give us 6 left over. And because we need to do a decimal because it's money, we had to add a 0. And we bring it down. 60. That's 2.2, which, if you remember, there's 2 places for money, so it can't be $2. It can't be $2.2. It's $2.20. And that's $2.20 per day. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you solve that. Those are your 2 examples. You have an exit ticket, and then you'll have your worksheet. Okay? All right, your exit ticket says it costs $7.05 for 3 tacos. How much is that per taco? And finally, it costs 54 cents for 4 ounces of flour. What is the cost per ounce? Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. Remember that a unit rate is solving for 1, and per means 1. Good luck. Have fun on worksheet number 2. We're out.